I know you said you've got to go day to day with how things are, given the situation. But if things could stay as they are from today for the rest of the season, and then things are sorted out, can you stay? Would that be enough for you to stay here to the end of the season and reassess?
Me?
Yeah.
If I stay until the end of the season?
You're saying about you've got to go day to day.
Sure, there's no doubt that I stay until the end of the season. No doubt.
I thought that was the case. I just wanted to sort of confirm.
Yeah, absolutely. We just have to wait until day by day because everything can change. And as you know, the situation is clear. The club is for sale, and hopefully it will go through to sort things out and give us a perspective. But it's pure speculation, and I have no further information than you already have. And that's what I meant with day by day, which is anyway a good way to live your life. And now it's we are like forced to do it because there are some circumstances we cannot influence, and that is at some point not so nice because you have no strings to pull and no actions to do to help. But on the other side, it gives you the freedom to focus on the stuff we can influence, and this is our performances and show the spirit. Because of course we are, the focus is on the first team, the focus is on our players, on me and on the first team of Chelsea, but Chelsea is much more than only the first team in Premier League. It's a massive club with huge tradition, and there are hundreds of people who maybe, I'm pretty sure, very more than our players and the staff, me included, and for them it's important that we show the spirit and we give them a bit of distraction and kind of hope and show what we are about. We are about football because we love the game.
Okay, at the back there in the middle, your hand up.
What's practically changed from a preparation point of view, etc., in this week, or is it exactly the same?
I think practically changed more for the guys who, like, for example, organized the journey to Lille, because they have to figure out how we can arrive there. And in the end, I get the information. So for me personally, when I come to the building, actually nothing has changed so far. We do our meetings, we prepare training, we talk to fitness department, to the doctors, talk to the players, and do the best training as possible. And we demand it from everybody because this is what makes Chelsea special, and what makes Chelsea a top club is the commitment, the quality of support, and the commitment from everybody in our building. And in the end, that makes is the foundation, or maybe it's the top of a strong club. And this is what we try to maintain. So has not changed so much. The schedule up to the games is in the moment the same.
Andy Dillon.
You said about the things that changed, the travel to Lille. So have things changed in how you're getting there?
No, my last information is that we have a plane, but and we can go by plane and can go back by plane. If not, we go by train. If not, we go by bus. If not, I drive a 7-seater. Honestly, I will do. Yeah, you can mark my words. I will do. I will arrive there. I mean, if you ask me, like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, if I would join a Champions League match at the sideline, and what I was willing to do, I would say, okay, when do I have to be where, and why should this change? I will be there, and we will be there. And of course, there are, like, in organization-wise, some negotiations going on and talks, but it does not influence me because we have. That's what I mean. We have brilliant guys who organize the travels, and we have in every department like so committed people that things are in the moment feeling pretty normal.
Are you all right driving a 7-seater?
Sorry?
Are you okay driving a 7-seater on the left?
That's a very good question. And then change to the right.
Yes.
Matt.
Well, at some point we need to have trust in the coach.
Matt Law.
Thomas, there were Saudi Arabia flags in the away end today.
Okay.
There were 81 executions in Saudi Arabia yesterday.
Yeah.
And they have a war in Yemen.
Yeah. Of course they have.
Your club is in your situation. Do you find it weird at all that one club is in one situation and one club isn't?
Wow. Yeah, it's a big one. And unfortunately, the situation is like this also for the owners of Newcastle, and that affects in the end. Yeah, it is. What can I say? But I don't want to point the finger, because like comparing yourself or blaming the others does not make the situation for us a different situation. And I think like the statement that we condemn war and the action from Russia towards Ukraine, there's no doubt, but we are facing the consequences actually at the moment, and this is where the focus is. I hope you can understand that.
Sammy.
Just following on from Matt's question, you're a football manager, and
Yeah.
obviously you want to, that's what your focus wants to be on, and they're the questions you want to be asked about. But given your position, and you'll have your own personal feelings and perhaps the club's stance, from a personal point of view, how difficult a scenario is that for you personally to tread?
At some point we need also to trust the process, like to trust the process, for example, of the league to control who owns a club. At some point we are like, okay, we are like maybe famous employees because we speak into a camera and are on TV, but in general we're only employees and need to trust the process. Maybe as you need to trust the process that you work for a company that is not doing the morally and ethically wrong things. At some points we need to trust, and maybe we need to ask questions to the process of how this goes, and it's maybe an ongoing process and will never end, and just reminds us to be aware and conscious about it and not look away.
Okay, we're going to do two more. Nazar.
Hi Thomas, did you guys feel the noise a little bit today, because it was a bit flat for large parts of the game, and also tell us about Havertz's goal?
The atmosphere in the stadium, or what you mean, or the performance?
And just the atmosphere around the news reports and the uncertainty of the club. Did it affect the team today?
Yes, but not more than in the last game. I had the feeling, and like I said, I feel it even like in the last days. It's our responsibility, because we cannot influence the situation. We are also not responsible for the situation. So at some point, it's our responsibility to because we are in the spotlight and we have these games, to focus on what we do good. Is our responsibility to our talent, but to every employee of Chelsea. And there are a lot of people which I feel and see on a daily basis who are worried, and who work for decades and are not so famous, and maybe worry for the pretty close future if things will be all right. And for them it's important to have the attitude right, and also to focus on that, and see the responsibility, what this means to these people. And if it's just for 90 minutes, when we played football during Corona, we could not cure the virus, but we were there like to give people some hope, that they feel joy, excitement, maybe anger, and it is also entertainment. And this is what we try to do now. The matter is very, very serious, of course. The Kai Havertz goal was exceptional. Of course, we were a bit lucky today, and we had a hard time on the pitch because Newcastle was physical, well deserved, very physical. Was difficult to create chances to accelerate the game in the last 30 meters. But it was so important not to concede, to have the chance to have maybe with one quality run, one quality pass, and a quality finish to win it. And full credit because we did, and we never got frustrated about it, and we defended very, very well. And you could see for me in the last 4 minutes what a goal does to a team. We were so good in the last 4 minutes. Suddenly it was easier to find the gaps, to keep the ball, to open up spaces, switch off play. Everything was so easier, so much more fluid. But this is what happens, and I think the distraction level was not the biggest part today.
Okay, last question. Neil Barnett at the back.
You've talked quite a lot recently about players needing to have big balls.
I never said that. I said it. Really?
What were your thought processes when you finished up with
Did I?
Ziyech and Pulisic as your wing back?
Sorry?
What were your thought processes to get to finishing up with
Well, the manager showed some balls with these decisions, maybe. Well, we had, as you are aware, we started today in a 4-1-4-1 because like Aspi was out, Reece James is out, Callum played there, Christian Pulisic came from some days of feeling sick. So we struggled to find a real right wing back. Marcos struggled during his Corona time, so we were not sure if he can make it. We started in a 4-1-4-1, and the second half it was a 5. It was a back 5, and of course then Malang is good in defending, but we took the risk in the end on the left side, even on the left side, to be more offensive and defend against the 3 strikers, more or less in a 3 against 3. And Jorginho was the spare man in front of the back 3 to control the counter-attacks and the long balls. Hakim did it against Tottenham. When we saw that they play a back 5, it was a bit the same situation than against Tottenham. In one of the 4 games that we played recently, or 3 games we played recently. It's not their best position. It's a bit easier for players like Christian when they then come on into a match, or when they switch the position during a match. Then you're already like in the rhythm of and in the heat of the match. That helps a little bit. But we took the risk to increase a bit the offensive threat, to have some runs, and I think in the end we had a double run with Kai and with Christian Pulisic to arrive in the box. So I'm happy. It was a bit of a risk because Malang was important in defending set pieces. It was a bit of a gamble, but the game was a draw, and so what I thought, like, okay, we're taking the risk for a point now, but we can have a huge. If we lose it, we lose 1 point, because in a moment we have only a draw, but we could win 2 more points. So we took it, and I'm happy because the impact general from the bench was huge. Kova was very strong, Christian was very strong, and Romelu gave a presence.
Great, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks.